So today we're taking a look at God Skeletor. So let's check it out. Okay, so took me a few days to get to this one, but now we're finally here looking at this one. I'm pretty excited to actually get into this video because I have a lot to say about this figure. So without further ado, let's get into the packaging first. Okay, so for the packaging, like the previous two, it's the same mailer boxes, the two previous, movie figures that I reviewed, except this one, says God Skeletor. Since, this is God Skeletor, but it's got the Super 7 logo there at the bottom. It's nothing really else on here except the back, and it's got some, information and stuff. But like the other ones, you can open this up, and then you pull out the packaging there itself. So, as you can see, standard Master Universe Classics packaging, where we like the Castle Grayskull bricks, but this one says God Skeletor, Evil Deity of Destruction. And as you can see, it says Collector's Choice there on the side. I think the other ones did too. I can't remember exactly, but so as you can see, there's all the other figures that are available in the back there, which I don't have card yet, unfortunately, but I have reviewed these two already, and we're reviewing this one today. And they also made some Filmation figures. I don't have any of these right at the moment, but as you can see, it's got the artwork of golden God Skeletor on the back, which is really cool. There's a bio if you want to read it. Go ahead and borrow it now because it's actually a pretty interesting read. So that's pretty much it for the packaging. So for accessories, we don't get anything new. And we only get the one accessory, which is the Havoc Staff, which is the same Havoc Staff as the one that came with Dark Despot Skeletor, but in different colors. As you can see, this one was bronze and black, and this one's all completely gold since he's now has the power of Grayskull, so that's why this one's all gold. Now this one, mine is like super warped for some reason. I don't know why that is. I've tried to straighten it and don't want to straighten. Because the other one was a little bit warped, but you can see it's not near as bad as this gold one right here, right? So I don't know why it's warped so bad like that, but I'm afraid to kind of tug on it too much because I don't want to snap the ram skull off the top of it. But he can hold on to this in either one of his hands. You can get him in a two-handed pose. He grips it better in his right hand, but it's a little more difficult to get it into his right hand. But you can kind of shove it through like so. So now he's got the golden Havoc Staff in his hand there, which looks really cool. It helps kind of complete the look of this figure. God Skeletor has the same articulation as the other two movie figures I reviewed. He's got a ball joint at the head, hinge and swivel at the bicep, which is a little bit hindered by the shoulder plate on his armor. Like the other Skeletor, he's got a hinge at the elbow, a hinge and a swivel there at the wrist. He's got a little bit of adductor articulation, which is also kind of hindered by the armor. He's got a hinge and a swivel there at the thigh. No, he's got a bended knee, no boot cut though, like most classics figures. He's got a hinge and a little bit of ankle pivot. So let's take a look at the sculpt design and color of God Skeletor, starting with his head, which his head is the only thing new actually. I've done reviewed this body with the other Skeletor, but the only thing really different is the head, as you can see. And as you can see now, he's got this golden helmet on his head. It's got like the horns, kind of like the ram skull. It's got the horns sticking out. It's got the bat wing on the back there. Because when he got the powers of the cosmos, and everything, he got this golden helmet and it's got like a red jewel there. This was supposed to be like paralyzed in the movie, but this is just gold right there. Now in the movie, he had these stuck up a lot higher than it does here on the toy, which I think they done it this way on the toy because really thin things that stuck up like this would probably snap off really in the package. That's probably why they done it this way. But I don't mind. That's less breaking issues and stuff like that. So which these could snap off probably too, but it is what it is, I guess. But you can see he's got you can still see his normal mouth and stuff like you could in the movie, and his eyes are straight up black, which is not accurate because he did still have his pupils and stuff, so really inaccurate there. But as you can see, pretty cool though, awesome head sculpt. Now, like I said, the body is basically what I've already reviewed with the other Skeletors. I won't have to go into that too much. The only difference is he's got this tassel on his belt, which is kind of like the original Skeletor, with the belt that tassels that hang down, which is pretty cool. But you see, now everything is just in like a gold color. The gold's color is kind of a little bit different on the armor than it is like on the torso here and stuff. The cape on this figure doesn't want to sit near as good as the other one because, on the other one, the hood kind of kept the cape down, and this one, it wants to kind of, right up a little bit. But other than that, still pretty cool. Okay, so size comparison here is God Skeletor compared to the Dark Despot Skeletor and Rebel or He-Man, which I've already reviewed both of those. And now, how would I rank these? I don't think I could rank these. Honestly, I like all three of these figures about the same. I don't really like one over the other. So these are like three of my favorites I have in my Master Universe collection. So here is God Skeletor compared to Skelegod, which is another form of Skeletor with the power of Grayskull from other media. Now there was a Cosmic Skeletor, which was basically another form of Skeletor with both sides of the power of Grayskull and Havoc put together from the other Netflix series. Unfortunately, I don't have that one, but I do have both of these, and it's cool how we're exploring in different types of media of what Skeletor might look like if he gets the power of Grayskull. And you see, these are two very different designs. The movie version didn't really change much except for the fact that he's now all gold with a brand new gold helmet and stuff. And you see the Skelly God there is much more beefed up than normal Skeletor. And he's also using the sort of power and God Skeletor. He's still using the Havoc staff, but it's just now gold plated. So, but like I said, which one of these I like better? Honestly, I would probably choose the God Skeletor from the live action movie because that was to me just more nostalgic. I remember watching that movie as a kid and thinking how cool Skeletor looked, in his God form. So looking at Gold God Skeletor overall, I really like this figure. Now the only really nitpick I have with this figure is one thing, the Havoc staff is like really warped. So I wish that was a little more straight. And the cape doesn't want to sit well. As you can see, the tassels on his cape are kind of floating up. They don't want to sit flat like they do on the other figure. But other than that, it's awesome figure, and I do recommend it. Like I said, ever since I was a kid, I always wanted a figure of this version of Skeletor. And in Classics line, I was hoping they could do it, but for a while, they couldn't produce these because of legal reasons and stuff. But they were finally able to work out a deal with William Stoughton to give us these figures, which like I said earlier when they revealed them, I was really excited. So I'm glad now I finally have this Gold God Skeletor in my collection. And so if you like this video, give me a thumbs up to help me out a lot, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Till next time.